Now, let's see. So we're going to be having classes here. For everybody else, the Hondo group, the Crystal City group, you can just disregard that conversation because for your class schedule, it's Monday, Wednesday. And that's just the way it worked out. So everybody else is perfectly fine. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Zoom. So Zoom is not going to be mandatory. We definitely have more students than the 24 here, but it's not mandatory. However, it is encouraged because with class participation, I will be awarding points for class participation. I don't award you points for showing up, but I do give you points for class participation. And believe me, it does help a lot. I have seen those that it's made a difference. And then I have seen those that if they only had more points, it would have helped them more. So it is not mandatory. However, I will be going over a syllabus, not today, but I'm working on a syllabus. It's going to be kind of lengthy. I have like 18 pages right now. They're going to go to 25. I just like the number 25. It looks like a nice number. So we might have 25 pages of a syllabus. I will inform you in advance via a announcement on Canvas. That is how we're going to communicate. We'll get to that point a little bit later. But through Canvas, I will send you an announcement. That's how I communicate with the groups. And I will inform you of that date. Now, that lecture, the syllabus lecture, where we're going to go over the entire syllabus. I don't care if it takes 2 class lectures. We're going to go over the entire syllabus and provide you opportunities to have questions or suggestions along the way. And that will be worth an exam grade. That I think that's going to be worth even more than an exam grade. Usually I give you 30 questions, 2 points each to be 60 points. I'm looking at 50 questions, 2 points each to be worth 100. So just for showing up, you can get 100 points. If you don't show up, you lose 100 points. So it's a big deal. And then our first exam is going to be our syllabus exam. 50 questions, 2 points each, total of 100 points. And yeah, so kind of important. Now, so the reason we're doing that is because, well, last semester, and the thing is that I tried, and I explained it to you guys. Some of you had me last semester. I really tried not to. I've gone quite a few semesters without giving students a syllabus. Some of you may wonder, like, oh my God, how dare he? And the reason for it is because of the following example. Now, I'm not going to get an Academy Award for my acting, right? But I'm going to act like a head football coach. So I'm a head football coach in high school. Let's just say I'm the Wildcats, Crystal Spring Wildcats head coach, right? I'm a new coach, and I show up or go to the athletic room, locker room, whatever you guys call it, and I show up, and I'm new, and I tell them, I go, guys, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win district, and we might even go to state. We're gonna win. And all the students are like, yay, wow, man, this guy is so motivating, yay. And then I walk away. And then they're looking at each other, and one of the students like, coach? I'm like, yes. Like, aren't we gonna when's practice? Practice? We don't need practice. It's all right here. Right here. Here's the playbook. Here you go. Read it. And then I walk away. I don't think there's any team in any sport that doesn't practice. But that's what we do with the syllabus, don't we? We give it one time to the student, and we don't practice it. We don't practice it at all. So we do that. So in that scenario, all of you probably agree that that's stupid. How the hell are you going to win a football game if you never ever practice? But you have the playbook, as long as you know the plays, right? All of you, I'm sure 100% of you are like, that makes absolutely no sense. And then why do we do it with the syllabus? The same thing we do. Here you go. Here's the whole course thing. Here's everything you need to know right there. So I tried to be different. I tried to, and it worked for quite a few semesters and students liked it. I tried to be different. I tried to provide the information as we go, be very more communicate and so forth and so forth and so forth. And as we go, we train and we build, because that's how we learn, right? It's through practice. I thought, I mean, I don't know if I'm like smoking crack here or something, but I thought people say practice makes perfect. That's what I thought people said, unless I've been living in some alternate universe and it's some sort of fragment of my imagination and that phrase doesn't exist. Because I thought practice made perfect. But maybe none of you have heard it, and I'm the only one on planet Earth that has heard that in my head somehow. So that was the philosophy I tried to do, just to teach in terms of that lengthy syllabus, is to break it down in doses and help you along the way and coach you. But unfortunately, society, or a few students, didn't like it. They want that syllabus. They wanted it. They craved it. They desired it. So then I get called from my higher ups like, hey, doc, you got to do it. Okay. So I did it, and we're going to go that route. But I tried to be creative. I tried to bring the intellectual freedom, keyword freedom, to this course. And it was wonderful and beautiful while it lasted. But there will always be those human beings that are just going to screw it up for the rest of us. And that's the way it is. All beautiful things don't last forever, because someone comes along the way and messes it up. Now, I don't know what you plan to do. I don't know what some of these students plan to do with the syllabus. Like, what are you going to do with it? Like, I don't know. Like, why was it so darn important? We went several semesters perfectly fine, but some students really wanted it. It was beyond my level of comprehension, because every single day, 24/7, you knew your grades on Canvas. It showed you exactly where you were at. You knew your letter grade before I even knew your letter grade. When you hit submit on an exam, boom, instant feedback. So I don't know what in the world the syllabus was going to give you. I have no idea. Because in this class, our grades go from a 90 to 100. It's like high school, like junior high, like fifth grade, like third grade, like first grade. If it's a 90 to 100, 90 to 100, that's an A. If it's 80 to an 89, that's a B. If it's 70 to a 79, that's a C. If it's 60 to 69, that's a D. If it's below, less than, right, 60, it's an F. Very simple. So midterms come around, all you got to do is look at Canvas and it tells you your percent. That's your grade. But syllabus. So I'm going to give you the syllabus. Like I said, I'm shooting for 25 pages. And I'm going to stick by it. And for those of you who were not the ones that were like wanting it so bad, hey, I want to send my sincere apology, and I want to tell you that I salute you and rock on. And those that wanted it, don't know whether they're here or not, but we're all going to get it now. We're all going to get it. And now, when you ask me a question that's addressed in the syllabus, I'm going to do what the majority of professors do. And what is that, ladies and gentlemen?
Look at the syllabus.
That's going to be my response. See syllabus or look at the syllabus. So that guy who tried to bring the freedom, to try to bring that type of environment is long gone. Now you have me now, because that is what they made me be. That's the way the world works. That doesn't mean that you're going to lose my creativity in the teaching. That's not ever going to change. But as far as the freedom of the structure and the design of the class, now it has to be more militant. It's going to be a syllabus, a big, fat, thick syllabus that's more militant, rigid, and structured and regulated. Because apparently people love to be regulated versus freedom. I tried the freedom, and I guess people didn't like it. So that's where we're at. That's why I'm saying, okay, you want this syllabus thing, you're going to get this syllabus thing. It's going to be detailed. I am now also going to host a special lecture. And again, I don't care if it takes 2 lectures. I don't care if it takes a Monday and a Wednesday. We're going to go over it. I'm going to offer you an opportunity one time to ask questions and only one time to provide suggestions. That doesn't mean that I have to accept your suggestions. I'm just going to hear them, and maybe I will, maybe I won't, but you get one shot. And then you have an exam over the syllabus. And then after that, I am going to focus on what I need to focus on, which is teaching. That's my job. So I'm not going to worry about all these other things. I just said one time, and that is the end of it. And I'm going to just focus on teaching you. That's the goal. In terms of Zoom, you are welcome to have a drink, of course, non-alcoholic beverages. And you're welcome to have breakfast or anything like that. I've actually encouraged people to have breakfast. It's a very important meal of your day. I think it's very important. And I think not enough students have breakfast. So I encourage that. Also, you are not required to show your videos. You are not required to show your webcam. These lectures, when I do the lectures, they will be recorded, put in Canvas, and I will use them a year from now with other biology groups. I just want everybody to be clear, because I'm not going to be saving this, transferring it to the file, uploading it to YouTube. Have any of you tried to upload an 1.5-hour video on YouTube? It's like a movie. Have any of you tried to do that?
Oh, yes, sir. It's long.
Yeah, it takes a little time. Yeah. The average movie is like, what, maybe close to 2 hours. So it takes a while. So then I do that. Then I have to embed it into your Canvas for each section. I have a life, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, I may not look like it. I may not look like a person that has things going on in his life. I might look like the type of individual that just loves to live in his office and just read books, but that is not the case. So I'm not going to do that. That is insanity. Why in the world would I keep uploading the same lectures, the content over and over and over again? It's not like things are going to change in a year and evolve. Like things evolved in 1 year. In 365 days, something evolved and it's new. And I have to no, it's biology. It's going to be the same. It's life, study of life. And life is not going to change that drastically in 365 days. So I'm going to put the same videos up there for others to view. In terms of the webcam thing, I said it's not mandatory. However, it would be greatly appreciated if you would show your webcam. You don't have to, and here's the reason why. Get a black poster board. Then get a white marker. Then write people's names in this black poster board. And then talk to it. Teach it. So read the chapter, Put the black poster board, put it on one of your walls, and then put people's names in white. That is what it's like for me. That is what it's like talking to a black background and white names. It's really just talking into the abyss. Like, is anyone here? I mean, not only that, is anyone here? Anyone? No, it's just pretty much me and an entire building and one other person way the hell over there. So I don't have anyone to talk to, but I come here to my office because I want to try to look somewhat presentable for you. I could be at my house chilling with my fluffy slippers and my pajamas on, right? But no, look at me. I come, I try to look presentable. I comb my hair, I brush my teeth, I wash my face. You know, I am wearing pants. I'm sure some professors may be in their undies at sometimes, I'm sure. But with all the people in teaching, let's be honest, I'm sure someone might be in their little pajamas or undies teaching. How would we know? I clearly can't run around the building in my pajamas or my undies, right? I can't. So if you can, please do that for me, because it makes me a better teacher to teach to human beings versus talking by myself all alone in these halls. There's no one here. There's just the director and there's a kid up in the front desk. No one even replied. I'm yelling in this building. Nobody even heard me. Like, I can have a freaking heart attack here. Like, I'm just gonna die here. Like, no one will even know until the janitor comes in, like at what? She comes in like at 7 p.m. and find my cold, carcass there, just, all stiff. Like, that's it. Like, there's no one here. But I'm here because I'm gonna try to be presentable in my offices. I may even try to go into one of the classrooms so you can remember what a classroom looks like. 'Cause it's been so long, like looking at chairs and stuff. It's been a long time. So for those of you, I want to just thank you for showing the screen. It really does help me. But that's what it is. So Zoom is very, very, very simple. Don't have a lot of rules. Eat, drink. You have kiddos or you need to go somewhere, no problem. Dark it out, mute it, whatever you need to do. It's not a problem. It's not. If you can just do that for me, if you can show yourself once in a while, you don't have to do it all the time, it'd be wonderful. One last little request. Please, 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 please don't Zoom from your bed or the bathroom. I've had a student last semester, did a lot of Zooming from her bed. She'd be in her pillow and she'd be like this. It wasn't in this class. And I just like, well, it was too late. I didn't address it at the beginning. I just let it go. I said, next semester, I'll address it. So please don't Zoom from the bathroom. It's never happened to me. Other professors told me that some students have gone to the potty and they're there, like you can't see them from the neck down, but they're in the restroom. Like you see the toilet, like, stuff like that. Like, please don't do that. And the reason from the bed thing, the bed is because I'm going to give you a scenario. If you were in the hospital and you were going to get heart surgery and you're in there and you already got your catheter in, I mean, you're going to go under, right? So you're going to go under, you're going to do heart surgery. It's going to take a while and you're going to get, heart surgery done. Let's say you need a bypass. And so you're there, and then right before the surgeon's going to come and talk to you before you go under, right? And the RNs come with a gurney and they roll in the surgeon, and the surgeon is wearing pajamas, big fluffy slippers, and he's like on the gurney. They roll him in, and he's like, "Hey, hi, what do we got here? and you're in the bed, you're about to get surgery, and the surgeon rolls in and it's like, hey, what do we got going on here? Quadruple bypass? And you're like, no, just a bypass, not quadruple bypass. So you would probably feel very uncomfortable. You'd probably want to get up and you'd probably want to run, and you would be like, dude, that's not cool. That's not professional. That's kind of scary. Well, it's the same thing with a student laying in bed. Like it makes the rest of us feel like, why don't I do it from bed? You know, like, let's just all go to bed and let's just all be in bed at the same time. And let's just all just talk to one another in bed, because the way we are is very contagious. There's a Spanish saying, dime con quien te juntas y yo te digo quién eres. Tell me who you hang out with and I shall tell you who you are. And we're very contagious. Like we are social beings. And if you don't believe me, you get a little kid who's very well behaved, and then you send him to that relative, that crazy uncle, you know, and his kids are just super crazy. That little kid comes back and he has and just for a few hours, the little kid comes back and he has all these little bad habits. It's contagious. So we are, as a team together, if we are positive and professional, the rest of us are going to feel positive and professional. That's just the way it works. Trust me. And go to a concert. Go to a concert. I know we haven't had concerts in a while, but if you go to a concert, man, people are getting into the music. Man, it's contagious. It's contagious. You go to a dance or something, it's contagious. So let's try to just be professional in that manner. So that's really my only request. No bathroom zooming. If you're in your car, if you are driving, just be careful. That's all I ask. If you're doing that, like, I mean, you don't need to look down. I don't want anyone to have an accident or anything like that, please. So just don't do that. I understand some people leave their work and they go Zoom. That's perfectly fine. Now, in terms of teams, it would be, last semester was great. This class at this time last semester was my favorite class, my favorite group of all my 12 classes. And I told you that, and I didn't lie, and I'm saying it again. This group, some of you are here, last semester, oh man, I'd wake up on Mondays and Wednesdays and I'm like, I had purpose to life. Oh man, I was so happy and excited to come to this bio non-science major class. Can you believe that? Like, I'm a scientist and I'm excited to go to a non-science majors class. That's how much the students rocked. That's the come I had to do my sincere apologies for the syllabus thing, because I know majority of you were, that's not the case. But what I'm doing for all the classes, I have to do for all. What I'm doing for the rest, I have to do for all. So to encourage participation and make all my classes like the way this class was, I've come up with an idea. There is a thing called a comprehensive final, which is a final that covers all the information from the first chapter we covered to the end chapter. Now, I didn't have a comprehensive final last semester. The final was 1 or 2 chapters. I don't even remember. Was it 1 or 2, guys? Those of you?
1.
1. So I'll try to stick with 1. So here's the deal. If you participate, if you engage, your final will only be 1 chapter. If this class turns out to be a cricket class, little cricket chirping, I ask questions and there's just little cricket chirping, you will have a comprehensive final. From our chapter 11, I think all the way to our chapter 20. Everything, 500 points. Most of you will struggle through that. It's a choice. Participate, ask questions, and you shall receive a final of 1 chapter. Stay quiet. Do not participate, and you're going to get your comprehensive final. That is the deal. So you may want to change your schedule now, or decide to participate because it's to your advantage to participate. Now, an exam worth 500 points, that is a make or break exam. That's just the way the math comes out. Now, a little story about comprehensive exams. When I came from Iowa State University and have taught there, we do comprehensive exams. Like this one chapter final thing, I'll tell you the story. Little did I know that in this institution, comprehensive exams are not common. Some professors do it, most don't. So when I was teaching my bio 1308, 1309 for non-science majors, I was giving them comprehensive exams because that's what I thought. Till finally someone told me in administration, like, hey, doc, we know you're like, we're not telling you how to do your class, but like, we heard you're giving them like very intense comprehensive finals. I'm like, yeah, like, of course I am, of course. They're like, we don't have anything in writing that says you have to do that. You know that? I'm like, it was like a shock. Like, I had no idea. Where I come from, it's mandatory. It's mandatory. I mean, I taught bio, freshman bio. I even taught for graduate students at the veterinary medicine school, and it's all comprehensive. Whether you are a freshman or you're going to be a veterinarian or you're going to be some doctor, it doesn't matter. It's comprehensive. So I didn't know, and I felt real bad because I would always see it in the students' faces. I'm just like, maybe they're just scared, like of the final or something. They're just nervous and this shock, but no one ever said anything. So then I learned that I can do the one exam thing and it'd be okay. So your choice, participate, you get the one, don't participate, we get the whole, as they say, the whole enchilada. So that's teams. Let's see what else. Let's talk briefly about exams, just in case let's bring the calm in. Exams, again, your first exam will be syllabus. I'll give you plenty of notice on that. Every exam you will get, and students, I really love this because I heard not everyone does this, but I will send you an announcement and I will tell you the deadline and information about the exam. So I know I've been told some students are like, man, I'm in Canvas all the time checking if my exams are posted. You don't have to do in the files or whatever. You just go to your announcements and I will inform you of that. We have Launchpad. I will get into Launchpad in a little bit. Same thing. I'm going to do something different. Last semester, I did not inform you when certain assignments or modules were open. I will inform you now all the time when Launchpad is open and its due date to help everybody get on the same page. I will still have a calendar built for you for your Launchpad assignments. So I'm just doing everything I can, just doing everything to give you all your information. I will do my very best to give you 5 days to 7 days to take an exam. 5 to 7 days to take an exam. Now, some instructors, they do it within the block, meaning within the block is like Monday, Wednesdays from 10 to whatever our class ends. Like, we're not going to do that. You can take my exam any time in the day. If it works better for you early morning, late at night, out of work, before work, it doesn't matter. Whatever time works best for you, you can do it. Trying to make it easy for all of you. I don't have lockdown browser on these exams. Why? Because some of you have Chromebooks. The college has Chromebooks. Some of you may not have the funds. Some students come here to Crystal City to check out Chromebooks, and lockdown browser doesn't work on Chromebooks, so we're not going to do that. For your exams, we have features where you have to put your license and your face and certain little things like, well, I'm not going to do that because that causes more technicalities. Your reception may not be so good. Your camera may not be so good. It may not pick up your license picture so well, and we get into problems. So that is the result. Could you cheat in these exams? Absolutely. We all know it. With classes now online, it's way more easier. But I can't live my life worrying about students cheating like that. I'm gonna have to I have to just brush that off, and I can't control that. I can't. But cheating on exams, if found out, I have to report it, and then it's up to administration and a board to decide what to do. So I hope that doesn't happen. So just try not to let that happen. So that's exams. I'm always going to give you advance notice to that and your Launchpad modules. Let's take a look at some of the announcements that I sent to your group, which are pretty important. Let's just take a quick look, and we won't get through everything today. So, and don't worry, we're not going to have quizzes or pop quizzes, or we're not going to do that. So everybody just chill, relax, don't panic, have a drink or something. Like we're not doing that. We're just trying to go over some policies and stuff. Just roll out. This is a rollout class. Okay. So let me share. Let's go with this one here. Launchpad instructions. Launchpad instructions. Can you see this one here? Let me know if you can see this. Launchpad instructions. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I see, I know we have some new students, and this may be different. They may be like, what in the world are you talking about? What is this Launchpad thing? So let's kind of talk about this. Launchpad is it's a company, and it is not part of the college. Okay, it's its own entity. It's a separate entity. And in this Launchpad, this is where I'm going to assign you, they're called assignments or modules. And this is where you're going to be doing a lot of your assignments. It's really going to be your one-stop shop for your assignments. Now, one of the things I do to encourage students on these assignments is I get some of these questions from Launchpad and I put them in the exam. So that way, when you're doing Launchpad, it helps motivate you. So you're going through it and you're like, well, at least some of the stuff's going to be in the exam too. So it helps you. So if you do not have the funds to purchase it right now, you can get 2 weeks of free access, okay? Now, for those of you who had another biology instructor last semester, or maybe even in the summer, and if you've only used your Launchpad access code for 1 semester, and if you've had it for less than 1 academic year, okay? I don't mean a year like, oh, last year semester, like, no. I mean 365 days. Then if you meet this criteria, you can use the same access code, okay? You can use the same access code, and you don't need anything else for this course, okay? You may not need anything else for the course. Now, within the access code, you will have your e-text, which is the textbook inside your access code, okay? Let's stop here and let's just open it up to questions, because I get the free access. I just get a link and I open it. I don't do the registration portion. So how many of you have successfully registered? Just do the little thumbs up icon that you have here in your little reactions. How many of you have registered? So we have, okay. All right, so we got a few people registered. Awesome, good job. So I'm gonna ask any students, give me feedback on the instructions in terms of the registration. So for example, tell me how it went for you in the registration. So what you're saying is, did you use to enroll or register? Did you use this link?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. And what else happened there? And the reason am I asking you, because honestly, I don't know what that process looks like. So I have to ask you so you can help the others here because I can never see that part because I never have to do that part. So how did that go? You click the link, then what happened?
It's pretty straightforward. You just put your name, your last name, and then your college email, and then you just create the account. And then after that, it'll ask you if you want to if you want to buy the code or you want to do the 14-day free trial.
Okay.
And then yeah, so it's pretty straightforward.
Okay. All right. Thank you, John. Okay.
For,
Yes.
for me, since I already had the access code from last semester,
Yes.
I just had to click the link and then join your class. I confirmed that this is the class I wanted to be in, which is 1309 Dr. Delgado. And then I was able to like access the launch pad. So I didn't have to go through all those steps because I already had the previous
Okay.
access last semester.
All right. Awesome. So thank you, Laura, for that because what we have now is John's able to provide information on the registration process. You're providing the other students the information who've already had the access code. Now, so any other information on that, guys? Yeah, in terms of your experience registering.
Do you know if it's cheaper on the website?
Ooh, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that where are you guys buying your access codes, by the way? Are you doing that like a bookstore or you're going to the websites?
Sometimes in the bookstore. Yeah.
Okay, some bookstore. Anybody else?
I got mine from the bookstore last semester.
Okay.
When I first got my registration with this, it came straight from the launch pad, the access code.
Okay.
Would I still be able to use mine from last semester that I was with the class with Robert Ayala?
Last semester?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it was me or it was another instructor, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as it has not been used twice with the same or two different instructors, 2 different semesters, as long as it's not been used twice. So as long as you used it once, and as long as it has not gone over 365 days, you're good. You can use it. Yeah. Good question. Anybody else, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, here's the thing that we need to share when you do the registration. And if you haven't done it, please try to change it. The name needs to match. So for example, this is my name. It needs to match your name as it appears in your Canvas gradebook or however your name looks like in Canvas, because I need to look at your name and make sure that your name matches inside your Canvas, because I'm going to manually put in the total points in the grade book. Okay, so that's why I need you to do that. If you have a middle name, just put it like this. Please don't do it like all caps or all lowercase. Just try to just do the name as it appears in Launchpad so I can easily see it and then put it in your grade book. Now, the reason why I am not going to sync the Pearson into the automatic gradebook is because the gradebook will get overly populated and it just gets so much grades that I want to give a student a clean, organized gradebook so he or she can observe something, and so I can observe any discrepancies or something that looks fishy or odd, and that I can reach out to you. I've done that already before last semester. I saw something looking a little odd, send it out to the student, or like, oh yeah, that was a mistake, and we figured something out, and it was to the best interest of the student. Or something, let's say I'm entering a grade and I accidentally, you have a you have an 89 and all of a sudden by accident, I hit a 7 and it goes from 89 to 79. I mean, the 7 and the 8 like right next to each other. So then you're like, whoa, you notice that change. You can call me and like, oh, my bad. I made a mistake. Let me just fix that for you. But if we have a grade book that's just ridiculously huge, it gets difficult for me and you to monitor that, right? So what I do is I keep Launchpad over here and Canvas exams over here separate. That way you can go into your grade book in Launchpad and you can see how you're doing. You can look at, see how your grades are going. When the midterm comes, I get all the total points. I make a column. It's just called Launchpad. I say, let's say that's 500 points. Let's say Laura actually pretty good in Launchpad. So let's say she has 500 out of the 500. That's what I'm gonna put in her bracket, 500 out of the 500. Okay, so that's how it's gonna go. So it's kind of very clean, a very clean grade book. So it looks good for you. All
I
right,
have a question.
yes.
Since I was already registered, my name is only Laura Puente, and I don't have like a middle initial in like my little profile. It's just my first name, my last name.
No,
There's,
yeah,
like,
that's,
that's
oh,
fine.
go ahead. Go ahead.
And there's like not an option to like I was gonna put like edit name so that way it could add that middle initial. But
Okay.
it didn't give an option.
If and that's okay. If fine, if it didn't give the option, my main thing is that, for example, like Cesar, that Cesar puts Cesar, like he doesn't call himself. I mean, some students just, I mean, I don't know him. He may like to be called like, I don't know, Tiger, right? So he puts like Tiger, and then he doesn't put his last name, he just put Tiger P. And I've had students be like, who is Tiger P? You know, like, who is this person? So I have no idea. So then can you imagine, like, all in this Launchpad, all the biology students are there. The ones that are not even in this section, all the other, they all go into one. So I have had over 100 students in there. Let me just tell you, I wish I had a little bit of a little something in here to get me by when I try to like do the process of elimination of who is this person? It's stressful. It's stressful going through and trying to do a process of elimination to be like, who is this person? And little unbeknownst to me, I have to process of elimination section by section by section to figure out, I can't send a mass didn't want to send a mass email like, who is this person? I could, but I don't want to embarrass a student. So I can't do that. So what do I do? I email in each person individually? Like, what do I do? My hands are kind of tight. So all I ask is, please just make it look like your name. Like, even if it doesn't have a middle initial, something, let it look like your name. So I can be like, okay, that's so-and-so, that's Laura, that's Cesar, right? That's Ruby, that's Virginia. Like, that's all I'm asking. But I've had students put like nicknames, and it's just, I know we do it because it's social media, and I think some students are trained, like they like to call themselves certain things in the alternate universe of social media, and then they can't help themselves. So they go to Launchpad and they just like put their really weird name. I don't know who that is. So just put your name as closely. So Laura, to answer your question, don't worry about it. You're good. Because it still says Laura Puente, right? And Laura Puente is Laura Puente. You don't worry about that. So thank you for your question. You're good. No worries. Just briefly, I won't go into massive details. We will have a separate lecture on just Launchpad and how important it is. But I just want to point out that please make sure you register for it. I'm going to open up assignments for you today. It's going to be open after lecture. And I want, even if you don't have the funds, you're going to have time to do it. Even if you don't have the funds, you are given free access for 2 weeks. So don't fall behind, right? So no excuses like, I get paid bi-weekly. I get paid once a month. I get paid once a month. So, but you're going to have your 2 weeks. So free access if you don't have it right now. So there should be no reason why you can't do the assignments, because you should have the time to do it. It's 2 weeks. So that's very important. We'll talk Launchpad stuff else in more detail. But first, any other questions on Launchpad? because I would like all of you to have it by the day if registered. Okay, let's go to another announcements. Let's talk about textbook. Now, you don't need an actual physical textbook like the one with pages. You don't really need that. If you want it, that's perfectly cool. If that's the case, here's the information: Biology for a Changing World with Core Physiology, 3rd edition. And here is your here's the authors. I don't put, and I didn't really put ISBNs because there's so many different kinds of ISBN. There's like loose leaf that you put in a binder. Then there's the paperback, then there's the hardcover, then there's online renting. I mean, oh boy, there's so much that in today's world, I can't put ISBN numbers because there's just so many different kinds of books. So I'm not going to do that. A book is recommended. It's recommended for the course, but it's not forced. I'm not going to force that upon you. It's your choice. Can you get by without a book? Yes. Yes. Can you pass? Yeah. But it's kind of good if you had an or look at your e-texts or something to help you maybe recover some concepts or something, or get more in depth. Like, I'm not perfect. Maybe a textbook is explaining it in a different manner that's better than me. So you can hear a different viewpoint of explanation, which could be beneficial to you. So it's recommended, but I can't tell you like you need to buy that. Like, I have an issue with that. I've never in my life told students that you need to buy that book. And I've been teaching for a long time. I will say it's to your best interest. And there's some students that are bright. They're like, hey, look, I'm going to take the PowerPoints. I'm going to listen to the lectures. I'm going to play them over and I'm going to rock it. And they do. Some students do. And they don't need to look back at the text. Some students need a little more help. And that's what the textbook is for. So up to you. But Launchpad, yes, that's required because that is where you're going to have your assignments. So that's your one-stop shop for your assignments. So that's what the e-text information is for in case you wish to purchase that. Let me go to, let's take a look at our Zoom link. Let me share. All right, here's our lecture Zoom link. This is it. This is the one. I'm not going to be changing it, doing different Zoom links. Like, this is it, the one and only Zoom link. Okay, one and only Zoom link. Now, so just maybe you want to save this somewhere, or you just want to, I don't know, however you want to make accessing this course easier. Now, please note that look how I title. I give you titles. It's really nice. Can you imagine what it would be like if I left it no title, no title, no title, no title, no title? How would some of you feel if I put no titles in the announcements?
Confused.
It'd be
Confused?
very annoying.
Oh, go ahead.
I said it would be very organized.
Yeah. Anybody else? Any thoughts?
Frustrating.
Frustrating. So I've thought about doing that to show you what it feels like to get like 100, have 100 students or maybe over, and have students send me emails with no title, no subject line. Can you imagine what that feels like? And I have like a lot of them. So in the syllabus, I'm going to tell you and show you how to write an email. Okay. I'm going to show you examples of student emails. I'm going to black out their names. I'm going to show you what they have written. Some students have been amazing and other students have not. Now, if in the syllabus, when we go over, I'm going to show you all these examples of real human beings communicating with me. It's not, I didn't make it up. And you have to follow that. It's very simple. You put a subject, You put a greetings. It's either good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If it's 2 in the morning, you can still email me. I may not answer, but you can put hello. If it's, you can just put good morning if it's 2 in the morning, right? Still the morning. You can do whatever that. And then there's a body and then there's a closing. So you have to do that. If you don't do that, I'm going to be taking some points away from your exams for improper communication. And the reason for it, it's not because I feel like I'm special. It's because I'm really doing it for you. Now, here's why. I've worked in industry. I've worked in academia. I've had a vast array of work experience. And I have been behind the scenes with upper management. And I have been in conversations where someone says in industry, oh, look at this idiot. Look at that email from so-and-so. Oh God. And they think they're gonna like move up. And they never know, that person who wrote that never knows that they may be good. They may be real good at a future opening of higher responsibility, but they're never gonna get it because they wrote a very like crappy, unprofessional email, and it may not even be their fault. Maybe no one informed them of what I'm telling you. And I just don't want you to end up like that person and never get a shot. Here's another story. This was not even in this state. I was somewhere in another state with a friend, college professor, we're hanging out. And he said to me, we were talking about emails and how some of them are good and some of them are really weird and ridiculous. And he said, when a student gets a 79, that's a 79. I give them a C. I don't care if it's a 79.9. I don't round. That's a C. It's their fault that they didn't get a few more points. And I'm just listening. And he said, but there was this one guy. And he emailed me very professionally. Not that often. He didn't even email off me. He sent me like 3 emails. No, I'm speaking for my friend, right? This is not me. I'm acting as him. And he said, he emailed me 3 times, but man, it was so well constructed. He was so respected. I remembered that guy in a class of like 75. I remembered that guy. And I remember I saw his grade and he was 1 point down and I bumped him up. I've never done that in my life. And I did it because his name stuck in my head. I'm like, man, we need a little bit more of that professionalism. That student never knew. He never knew that his grade why his grade went from a 79 or 89 to 80, whatever the jump was. He never knew it. But this professor is saying the story. Like, I gave it to him. I gave him that extra point. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, communicate with professors professionally. You never know when it's going to come in handy. You never know when your name's going to be remembered. We want to be remembered. That's why we put names on our tombstones, don't we? Because if we didn't, so then we would all want to be unknown. We'd be unknown graves. And even back in the days that they would even carve a person's name on wood because they don't want to be forgotten. You want to go back and maybe pay your respects or something, right? Even if you get cremated, some names are on the urn, because we don't want to be just the unknowns. We want to be known. So let your name be known. Let it be remembered through time. All right. Be professional. Trust me, even when the world may seem like, they're not professional, you be professional and you shall be remembered. I promise you. Maybe not by all, but those who are worth it shall remember you. And those who are not worth your time probably won't remember you, which is beneficial to you anyway. So that's the email portion of that, okay? We will communicate professionally, and I encourage you, again, do that with all your professors. They will appreciate it. They will appreciate it. I only wish that I had someone share these things with me. And with that said, I have failed more times than I have succeeded. This is an academic calendar. Wanted to throw this out here for you. Just briefly, this is a link where it's at. Feel free to, check it out. It shows you your holidays in case you want to plan a little vacation with your family. I will show you where to go to get that. You can go to your, share now, go back. It's a lot of navigating here. bear with me. You will go to your main Canvas page. You can go to academics. You come here to academic calendar. Here we are. Boom, we're in a 6-week semester. We're not the 12-week. And here are, and it's nice. I really like how they do it here. I mean, they don't put a calendar. Who needs a calendar? Like, this is really nice. I like it. Tells you your Easter, your spring break, right? Okay, March 15. Okay, boom, boom, boom. So yeah, it's very nice. Very nice. I like it. Also, what I want to do is show you, can I go back to home here? Let's see. Oh, no, doesn't show it there. All right, let me do it again. Those of you who may be new to Canvas, and go back to the share. Those of you new to Canvas, please check out these videos. These videos in here, and I'll open it up real briefly. Also, you might want to put this in your phone, your cell phone, or write it down somewhere. This is the number for a Canvas help. All right, so it's Monday through Thursdays, from 8 to 5:15, and Friday 8 to 4. Feel free to call them if you have some issues or things are not working out or things look a little funny. Call them and let them know. So this is for the faculty. And Alyssa does a great job with Canvas. So it's a very important number to keep in mind there. Let's take a look at these videos. I'm not going to open them up. I'm going to just show you what they are. And some of you, if you've already seen it, awesome. Logging into Canvas, viewing your grades, creating a discussion, how to view a video and access your assignments, testing, uploading, submitting assignments, sending emails. So it kind of gives you the overall view of what needs to be done on Canvas, just in case. So I may even copy and paste some of these links in your syllabus. Also, just briefly, just so you know, let's see. Sometimes through lecture, and I'll put this in the syllabus, sometimes through lecture, it has happened because I'm constantly navigating, I'm showing, unsharing, asking questions back and forth, that it happens that I'm doing part of a lecture and it goes on and then no one tells me. Now, again, this block was very good about, hey, Dr. Delgado, we can't see the presentation. I have had other classes where I have gone 10 to 15 minutes talking by myself and the students don't even know it. Like, I see my PowerPoint on my screen. This is me just talking blah, 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 blah. And oh, look at this figure, and everybody's quiet. 25 students just looking at me. I mean, I'm not that handsome, okay? Why would you want to look at me for 15 minutes staring at me? That's just a little creepy, it's just really weird. So why would someone just go 10 to 15 minutes just looking at me? It's odd. It's really weird. So what I'm going to do in your syllabus is for every minute that I go talking by myself, I will deduct 1 point for every minute in your next exam. Now, don't worry, I will spread the love. Even if the people who are not here, I'm going to just go down the grade book after the exam and just deduct points. So whether they show up or not, don't worry. It's like a parade. I will give candy to all. Don't worry about it. So, so please make sure you inform me like, hey, you're not showing your PowerPoint, because every minute will be a point lost. Because then I look like an idiot and I have to go back and then do the upload, and it takes away people's time, and it just it doesn't look professional. So just let me know ahead of time and we can fix it really quickly. Okay, next on the agenda. Proper chain of communication. For those of you who have read this, awesome. And those of you who fully understand it, wonderful. I just want to make sure that I continue going through this. So the reason this email was sent is because last semester, I've had people jump way over my head and then go to my supervisors, directors, and then ask them things. Then my directors come back to me and it makes me look like I'm not doing my job. So we're not going to have that. Like, I'm very flexible on a lot of things, but this is going to be the one thing that I'm very, 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 like, even if your email was like a little off and not perfect, I'll be lenient. But this one, this is the most important part of the entire syllabus. It is the proper chain of communication, because it makes me look bad when a student goes over my head and doesn't give me the time to address his or her needs. Believe it or not, I've had a student, and I'm going to share it. I've had a student and students, more than one, who haven't even allowed me 12 hours. That's not even a day to address their mediocre question. And then they go complain. Then I get an email back, a call, like to my personal cell phone saying, hey, I got a call from a student, and that's their job. They have to report it and saying that you didn't reply to their email. It makes me look like a horrible human being. Horrible. And I think those of you who know me, I think most of you would agree, I reply within a reasonable time to all people's emails. But there were some people that just, I don't know if it's the texting thing now, like, oh, if you don't text me back within a couple of hours, OMG, are you ignoring me? Are you breaking up with me? Is it me, not you, kind of a breakup? I don't know what is going on over there, you know, but some students are just like, and they're just like, and they go, and then they cry, you know, it's just freaky weird. Weird, really weird, because that, if my friends were doing that in college, I'd be like, hey, bro, what's wrong with you, man? Like, that's lame, dude. Like, what are you doing? I probably wouldn't even want to hang out with that dude. Like, that's the truth. I'm like, that's just some weird baby stuff going on over there. Like, I don't know what's happening, but I wouldn't run with that. That guy would not be in my crew. Let's just put it that way. Would not roll with me. Not going to ride with that guy or that girl. Like, not happening. So the proper chain of communication is the following. That is the reason everything I'm sharing with you, ladies and gentlemen, is because I already got screwed. Bad, 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 bad. That is the only reason. I got screwed on the syllabus. I got screwed on the proper chain of communication. Like, I got slapped around this past semester, and all I tried was my best. I came out like it was horrible. It was the worst semester of my 14 years of teaching. Horrible, horrible. But it didn't break me. It didn't break me. It just made me, okay, I'm still gonna teach the way, I'm still gonna do what I do. I'm just gonna have to do a few things differently. I don't like it, but yeah, it was a rough semester. I've never been called so many times by my supervisors in my life. So here's the deal. If you have a question, any question, I don't care. Even if you want to ask me what my favorite color is, it doesn't matter. Or if you want to complain or have a grievance, anything. If you want to know, like, what is like, hey, like, is that a gaming chair you have there? Yes, it's a gaming chair. Are you into gaming, Dr. Delgado? No, but my director got me that chair. Like, I don't care what it is, what the question is, as long as it pertains to this class, email me. I'm your first point of contact. I don't care what it is, just email me. So this is who I am. I'm Dr. Delgado. I'm your biology instructor. I'm your first point of contact. So you email me. Now, when you email me, please use Canvas, because you are my priority. You are my number one priority, not my supervisors, not my directors, not the vice president, not the president. You're my clients. I am providing you the service. They are second, you are first. So I check your emails first via Canvas. If you email me to my .edu email, it will get mixed in with all the other administrative stuff. So I won't get to you as fast. So please, everything in Canvas. This is what it's for, Canvas. Canvas is students and professor, and that's why I need you to communicate through Canvas so I can get to you like that. That's the point. So you communicate to me through Canvas. Then please allow me a maximum of 1 week to respond. 1 week to respond, okay? 1 week. Now, If I don't respond, please send me a second email and give me an additional week. That means 2 weeks. If I don't respond to you 2 weeks, something happened to me. Okay, I got COVID, I got hit by a car, I was chopping wood, I cut my hand off with a chainsaw, I cut my leg, I don't know, I got attacked by a pack of wolves or some wild pigs. Something happened to me if I don't get to you in 2 weeks' time. But give me 2 weeks' time before you go to communicate with somebody else, right? Like, just give me some time. Normally, it will not take that long, but please give me that time. If for whatever reason, now remember, this is the important part, the second email, who knows? Maybe when you sent it, you thought you sent it with your phone. It shows that it's sent, but it didn't send. There could have been an issue with your towers. I don't know. Maybe I never got it. That's a possibility. Maybe I deleted your first email by accident. I saw a first name that's to another student. I'm like, oh, I already addressed that. And I deleted your email by accident. Things happen. So that's why the second email is very important. If you don't hear from me in 2 weeks, you can contact my director. Here's his first name, Cruz Mata. Here is his email address. Now give him 2 weeks. I doubt he will take 2 weeks. He'll probably get to you within 1 to 2 days because he's very good at what he does. But give him some time. Please give him some time. If he contacts you and him are not able to address whatever issue that you are trying to remediate, then go ahead and contact my division chair, Dr. Robert Ayala. But if you do not follow this proper chain of communication, I will do everything with my power to remove you from my class. I will go to the board. I will do whatever. I may win, I may lose, you may stay in, I don't care. But I'm going to make it a big deal because it is a big deal. Because you cannot go to a place of work and let's just say you're a law enforcement officer and you had an issue. And now you're going to go like complain to the governor of Texas? Like, what? That's just ridiculous. Like, what are you doing? Like, writing to the governor? Like, you didn't even address it in your department. Anybody in your department? Like, nobody, right? You're a nurse, you're an LVN, and something you want to address, but you go to the director of the hospital instead of your head nurse or doctor? It makes no sense. So proper chain of communication occurs. I work in a high school. I'm a student. I probably want to go to my counselor before I go to the superintendent. Very simple. You know, and then my teacher can address it and my counselor can address it. The vice principal can address it. If the principal can address it, then I might go to the superintendent and then I might go to the board. Simple. So proper chain of communication is going to be vital, very important. And that's my main thing I want you guys to know. Let's talk about mommy and daddy. So in the next one, we're going to talk about mommy and daddy. I know to some it might be a little funny, and it's okay if you laugh. I know someday I will laugh after some time passes, but it's still very real for me. Let me share screen. So this one I'm going to read, and this will be the last one. Mommy and or daddy conferences and questions. So good right now we're in the morning. So good morning. It's very unfortunate and embarrassing that I have to compose this email. However, last semester, a few parents wanted to speak with me and or have a parent conference. I'm a college professor, you're a college student. This course is not provided by any kindergarten to 12th grade organization. I will not answer any questions from your mommy or your daddy. The reason I will not answer any questions from your mommy or daddy is because your mommy or daddy is not enrolled in my course. Also, please note, even if your mommy or daddy calls or emails my administrators, I will not entertain any questions. The only way your mommy or daddy is going to ask me a question is literally over my dead body. I will have to be dead, and your mommy or daddy will stand over my dead body and ask me a question in which I will not respond because I will be dead. That is how serious I am. Not going to happen. I don't care who the hell contacts me. I don't care if it's freaking the president of the United States. I am not talking to a mommy or daddy. Not gonna happen. We're in college. I don't care if you're a dual credit student or not a dual credit student. You know what the word dual means? It means two. That means you are a high school student and a college student. This is a college class. This is not a high school class. This is not a junior high class. This is not a middle school class. This is not kindergarten. I don't care what your mom thinks. I don't care what your dad thinks. What I care about is what you think, because you are my student. You shouldn't care about what your mom and dad thinks. This is your class. You need to do this for you, not for anybody else. Not because your mommy or daddy told you to take this class. You should do it for you in here. Because when it gets hard, you have to dig deep into yourself to succeed in anything in life. And someday, all our mommies and daddies are going to be gone. And our parents are going to pass. And it's going to be us. And we have to carry it through. So we have to start learning that we're not going to do that. Now, again, my apologies to 97% of you, 98% of you who never, this is not even a thought in your minds. I know some of you here are just like, wow, like that's embarrassing. Like I would never even do that. Again, I salute you, rock on. But just in case there's one person here when I post a video may not be here or not, whatever, just in case, just laying down the foundation, I will not be addressing that for any reason. Okay, let's see. So Rachel Garza has a question. Go ahead, Rachel.
Yeah, it was during the talk about Launchpad, the book. When is the ebook that's in Launchpad? Is it the one associated with your class?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I purchased it already, but I wasn't sure before I go and buy another book. Or you know what I mean?
When you say you purchased it, exactly what is it?
Oh, Launchpad. I purchased Launchpad.
Yeah. Okay. And have you seen the e-text in your Launchpad?
Yes, and I was just making sure it was the book.
Yes.
Same.
It's the same. It's the same. The information on the textbook is the exact same textbook that's in your Launchpad. Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, the same question. I had the same question for my anatomy physiology. We had two students that asked that same question. Awesome. Okay. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen, before we head out? Class ends at 11:20, but we went over 7 minutes. I'll give you back your 7 minutes, hopefully next time we meet. Okay. All right. Now, what I do need you to do is start reviewing. Please make sure, here's your to-do list. Get your access to your Launchpad. Those of you who have it, awesome. I will open up your assignment to chapter 10. I will send you an announcement to that. Chapter 10 is cancer and mutation. That's where we're going to start. Chapter 10, PowerPoints are in Canvas. I will show you just in case you're not aware of it yet. So share, you go to files, and inside your files, you will find your PowerPoint lecture, okay? PowerPoint lecture, it's right here. Here's your chapter 10. So feel free to go over that. Again, I give points for those who, I'm gonna be giving points for class participation. It does help. If you don't believe me, there was a student that was like at 109. That was her grade last semester. Like she was way up there, and a lot had to do with points. Resume, I've decided to put it in here. This is another instructor that I had. I'll just delete it. Oh, you know what? I'll just keep it actually, because I want to see it. But here's my resume in case you wish to view it. And the reason I am showing you that is because I was talking to a friend of mine in Canada, and we were talking, and he had mentioned that to me. And he's like, hey, you know what? Do you put your resume? I'm like, no. He's like, I think you should. And he's like, well, how do they know that you're qualified? It's like going to a doctor, and doctors sometimes put their diplomas on their wall. So the patient sits in there and says, okay, that so-and-so did go to medical school, right? You go get your brakes changed at an automotive place, and usually they'll put the guys' certificates up there, mechanics and things like that, to show that they are qualified to do that. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't change your own brakes. Yes, I do a lot of my own mechanic work. 80% of the job I do my own mechanic stuff, except the electronic stuff. I can't really do electronics. So that's that. So I put that resume for you to view. You don't have to view it, but if you wish to know my experiences, feel free to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been awesome. Thank you. Again, I apologize that I have to go through all this information for you guys. And I think we're gonna have a great semester. It's gonna be a good rollout. Focus on your chapter 10, get that Launchpad access. I'll continue on the syllabus modifications, and I will see your group on Monday, right? Because this is a Monday, Wednesday class. Everybody be safe, take care, and I wish you all the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr.
Bye, sir.
Delgado.
Thank you.
Take care,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
doctor.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, sir. Stay safe.
Bye.
Have a good day.
All right, you too, Justin. Bye, Virginia.
I actually had a question. Hi.
Hi, go ahead. What's the question?
In the beginning, you were talking about the syllabus lecture, like it's an important deal. When is that
Yes.
going to be?
I'm planning on giving you a week to 2 weeks advance notice. I don't know exactly when, but I'm going to give you plenty of time because I want to. Are you still working?
Yes.
Is that kind of why you're asking?
No, I just wanted to know.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you plenty of time because in case people are working or have something to do, I want to give everyone that opportunity to make arrangements for that lecture. So I promise you, I will send you that announcement very, very soon once I figure out that date.
Okay.
All right, see ya. Good seeing you. Bye.
Bye.